streaming into YouTube directly. I've always, had to do a video first and then upload it, process it, edit it, and then shoot it over to YouTube. Well, this is the first time I'm streaming, so this is like really cool. So let me introduce myself. You may have seen some of my videos. I haven't been real consistent on getting videos out to YouTube because of all the work it takes sometimes to get on there. But once I create a video, I've been mainly streaming to Facebook. But with this being this easy, I will probably do it more often. Okay, so I am going to give you an analysis here on Bitcoin as of today, June 4th. So let me bring in my chart, and I'm going to go here to see it. Okay, so the Bitcoin chart is looking really bad right now. I mean, there was no doubt that we were in a raging bull market. And, when we go back to like April 13th and 14th, we made some new highs there and then fell back into the trading range. Fell, the range, topping at 61,000 in round numbers at that time. So we did do a new high at around 62,000, and then we fell back into the trading range as shown by the Bollinger Bands here. Well, that's a really bearish sign here. That's not good at all. And then when we came off those highs, we tried to rally up, and we didn't get back to new highs or even the old highs. It was lower, and then we started to crap out here. And what happened when we broke down here, starting on May 12th? And we had the series of down days. We actually broke below the 200-day moving average, and that 200-day moving average actually wound up giving some initial support, because anytime you break a major average like that, the market is going to try to move back above it. Well, it tried to move back above it, and it didn't. That is another major red flag that has gone up. And we did do a secondary test of the previous low here, and then started to rally. And we rallied up to the center line, which is a 20-day moving average on the Bollinger Bands, and it failed. It couldn't get through it. So today we're actually lower, and we're at approximately 36,400. We did see a high of around 38,000 plus once we came off the lows. So what does that mean? Well, that means that we are going to go lower. It looks like the 200-day moving average held from the downside against the upside, did not permit upside movement. So there was definite, it definitely provided resistance there. And what's happening real time is, once we bounced off the lows of May 29th, the rally was very weak, and the rally top, and I'm assuming this is a rally top, was lower than the previous rally top, and that resistance came in at the 20-day moving average, and now we're heading lower. So what does that mean? That means we are going lower very soon, and I'm looking for this to probably have an objective of around 20,000. I think we're going to wind up trading back lower to the top of where this all started. And where this all started was the $20,000 level. Before this rally that started in December, the November-December timeframe of last year, 20,000 was the top. Never made it through that, and then we broke through that, had this magnificent bull run, and now we're coming back, and we're coming back to where we started. So we'll see what happens when we get down to the $20,000, and I'm kind of saying 20,000 round numbers. It could be 21,000, but somewhere around the area that represents the top of where we started this entire bull market, which was now a bear market, so kind of a retracement. Now, what does that mean long term, or at least short term? So if you're long, if you own Bitcoin or any of the altcoins, I'm only talking about Bitcoin here, but whichever way Bitcoin goes, altcoins are going to follow. So let me come back to my screen here. So whichever way Bitcoin goes, altcoins follow. And so my recommendation is, if you are in any of the cryptos, cash out a little bit here. You don't have to cash out 100%, but cash out something here so that when we do get to the $20,000 level, you'll have liquid cash to buy, because that probably is going to be the bottom. And I know that's a bold statement, but I got to tell you, I am still tremendously bullish long-term on the cryptos. Just the things that are going on, the fundamentals that are going on with central banks, not just in the United States, all over the world, is pointing to, cryptos going way higher. But at this point, one of the reasons why the market is coming down is, and this is my personal opinion, is more and more institutions are becoming involved in crypto. Well, they're not going to be buying at $60,000 in the hope it's going to go higher. They're big enough to manipulate the market, so they trashed it with the expectation of shaking out all the retail and all the weak holders. And as we start to come to the bottom, in the between 20 and 25,000, they will be massive buyers. Excuse me, massive buyers, and then from there they're going to take it higher. And I still think my original forecast of getting to somewhere around 200,000 by the end of this year, I still feel comfortable with. So I do think we're going to go lower. And when we go lower, it's going to be somewhere around the $20,000 level, more or less. And when we get to that level, you need to be prepared to start buying. And I know that it's going to be hard, because at that point, everybody's scared to death that it's going to go even lower, which is precisely what the whales want to happen. They want to keep the retail out, so that they can soak up all the supply and then jack this thing higher. And then when it gets higher, they'll offload to the retail. That's the way it works. Okay, so that's my YouTube analysis. I am so happy to do a YouTube analysis and stream directly to my YouTube channel. It is great. So thank you very much. Stay tuned for my next analysis, which I don't do every day, just so that I usually wait several days, because when you do it every day, it's like, okay, so we went up $500 today. Oh, we went down $500 today. Those are boring analysis, and I don't want to waste your time. I want to provide value to you, and I want you to be able to say, okay, so he thinks it's going down to 20,000. Let's protect ourselves, and then as it starts coming, in either direction, because I could be wrong. If after several days, it'll show whether my analysis is correct or not. And, so I'll come on and validate, okay, this is what I said, and here's where we're going, or this is what I said, and we didn't do that. We're doing something different. So let's take a look at that. So I'd much rather be approaching it from that perspective, rather than a daily, oh my God, it changed, $250. Not my style. Okay, guys, Thank you very much. God bless you. Have a really